One of the most important days, important moments for all of us at VID Pune was the national award. Katyar Kaljat Ghusali. What was that day like to you?
It was very, very special. When you are doing something, at least that is how it goes with me. If I'm composing, if I'm singing a song, if I'm recording in a concert, the song itself becomes the destination. There's no other destination. And I request all of you to use this. When you're trying to do something, don't think of what that thing will help you do. You cannot decide fate of what you do, but you can decide how passionately you can do something. So we did the song. My only thing was, when I was dubbing, is I want to leave a piece of my heart in this song. And I think I probably managed to do that with the very last note of that song. That part. And I remember I was in Sangli on my way back to Pune when I got a call, and then several calls kept on going. I was very fortunate to have my father at the time, but I remember the first thing I thought of was my Abhisheki Bua and my mother,
Wow.
because those are the two people that made me capable of being able to do something like that, sing like that. And the first moment was, wow, I'm going to meet with the president of India and get recognized with them. But I would have loved for Abhishek Ibu and mom to be when I do that. That was the very first thing that struck me.
Wow. Success and fame has now come. How does it feel?
I think it feels the same. I feel very grateful. You know, even if I had not done music as a full-time career, I know for a fact music would have always been a part of my daily routine. And then, to be able to do what you love day in and day out, I think is a blessing in itself. To be able to make a career out of it, to be paid to do what I would do every day anyways, is unbelievable. And to get so much love everywhere you go, I think this positive reinforcement cycle is something very empowering. I sing, I feel happy when I sing. When I sing, everyone in the house is happy. They clap, they come to meet me. I'm happy because they like, and I love to meet them. And then when I go home, I feel happy because I was able to make everyone happy.
Wow.
And then I rise, and then I'm going to some other place to make some other folks happy.
Mahesh, any form of music, and especially classical music, takes a lot of discipline and dedication. Today, we also live in an era of fallen attention spans. So, how do you see music evolving in these times?
I want to say ki when you fall in love, I'm sure not all of you can admit here. I'm sure most of you have, right? Huh? Who can admit you've fallen in love? एवढेच काय फेकताय सगळे? Ha? I'm not saying fallen in love as in love. I'm sure you love someone. You love your mother, you love your father, you love your best friend, you love your pet. Huh? How many of you do? Huh. So let's say when you're with your pet that you absolutely love, do you count time? Or when you're with your best friend, do you count time? Or let's say you're on a vacation, rainy season, if you went to Sinhagad, do you count time? You'll only count time to say, now I'm going to get a firing from home. So as long as we are in a zone of being hopelessly in love with whatever it is, art in my case, engineering, sciences, finance, whatever it is, the state of being in love with something works in very strange ways metaphysically and makes all the time that is required for you know, the discipline, the dedication, the passion that you need.
Wow. So the emotion of love is the most strong. महेश काळे व्ही आय टीमध्ये 1995 टू 1999 या 4 वर्षात होता. या 4 वर्षात व्ही आय टी पुणे वन 3 times फिरोदिया अवॉर्ड. Of course, he was the lead performer in all those events. Tell us about your memories of VIT Pune.
I think that was the first time I felt like a star. Uh, I mean, you might, it might sound strange, but there were these people tried to kidnap me, and then we used to do a chain where I used to wear a cap. My hair was a giveaway, so I used to wear a very loose jacket and a cap, and then I used to sneak myself backstage. Um, uh, Firodia was a very special time. It gave me flexibility to experiment. It gave me the courage to try something that was not tried for a long time. I remember Pramod Joshi was the director of the first play that I did. And then when we were doing song selections, of course, this is popular at this time, this is what will work. And then I said, can I sing a classical song? Then the initial response was that of resistance. They are classical kidhar. They will not listen to classical. It has to be really fast. Uh, with the load in, load off time, you get only 1 hour. I was like, just give me 2.5 minutes. If it bombs, it's on me. But if it works, then we created something new. And I am very thankful for Pramod. He said, okay. And then there was Angelica. She did a Kathak thing. We set it up. I still remember. I think it was Rag Sohni. No, it was the Katyar from Tarana. That was my first. Udani dani dim tanana dere na dim ta dere. That was the Tarana that I sang. And then it went very well. It was accepted rather well. And since then, it became a thing now you have a classical performance happening, you have a semi classical thing. So I think from classical to Macarena to Chikpukraile to Hamma Hamma, all these different songs that I don't think I would have sung were it not for Firodia Karandak. And even after so many years, I recognize the the opportunity that Firodia Karandak and VIT gave me to find the musician in me that I had not until then.
We have pulled out a photo of Mahesh Kale singing in the annual social gatherings of VIT Pune in 1998. Mahesh, do you remember what did you sing?
Not at this time, but I remember quite a few things. I sang Omkar Surupa once. I sang Afrin Afrin for the Karandak. Then we used to usually repeat the Firodia performance here also. I remember we had Kanitkar sir here as the placement officer, and his father was an extremely reputed teacher of Indian, Appa Kanitkar. I got an opportunity to go learn Vande Mataram from Appa Kanitkar in Khambavati.
One memory that Mahesh shared with me backstage was, and it would be, of course, interesting to all of you all. Uh, a memory for Mahesh was after winning the Firodia Tarandak, VIT declared a holiday for one day.
Can you believe it? We were all in shock. I remember there were dhol and tasha for celebration, and then we started playing the dhol tasha from the entrance, and there was this, what is that building? The main building that has C building that has the steps. So Abhyankar sir, who was the then principal, he gathered all of us. Then he gave a little speech. Then all the solo awardees were recognized there, and then we were feeling very proud. The whole college had gathered there, and he said, And because they have done such a spectacular job, I think we will take the rest of the day off. And we're like, are you serious? That to us was bigger than winning the FIAkarandak itself.
Yes, welcome to VIT school. Moving on, Mahesh, would love to know about your growing up years, your family, your wife.
Well, I was born and raised in Pune, a very typical uh, Pune family. Um, Music lovers. That's the reason. It didn't matter what the celebration was for. It could be a thread ceremony, a wedding, a birthday. All of that actually ended with an informal music jam session. That is how I grew up. My elder brother used to play tabla at the time. My mother was a singer. My father used to love singing. My one of my mamas used to compose music. Another mami used to sing. My Mosika beta used to sing. Mama's son used to sing. So we were actually an essentially a musically inclined family. My wife Purva actually she also learned Kathak for a good 7 to 10 years when she was growing up. She learned music a good 5 to 7 years. She still learns music in one of my advanced batches. She works for Dolby Labs. Dolby, you know the sound system. So who knows Dolby Atmos? There's a technology called Dolby Atmos. She's one of the engineers who developed that technologies. And recently, actually last July, while she was working full time, taking care of me, she finished her PhD.
Wow.
Yeah, and the PhD is in actually music technology, where she wrote a software, a translation software that translates Indian notation to staff. So I think in the first time in the history, all Indian classical music can potentially be converted to staff through a software and can be made readily available for the world at large.
Last, in fact, second last, when you are not touring, what is your day like?
I'm sleeping. Uh, my days are my tanpura is on all the time. It doesn't matter whether I'm touring or not. It's the first thing that I remember after I get up is to switch the tanpura on. I like to read. Lately I've been fatigued, so my reading has been taken over by audiobooks. I love to listen to podcasts. I love nature. So on the days that I am relaxing, you will find me close to nature. um, these are a few things. I'm just very ordinary like all of you. I mean, I love bhaji when it's raining, alyatsa chaha. Oh, I love to catch a web series. If you have any recommendations, please let me know. That's just normal things.
Mahesh would love to know about the Indian Classical Music and Arts Foundation that you are doing with your wife. You also mentioned the music teaching that you are doing, which we spoke backstage. थोडा आम्हाला त्याच्याबद्दल प्लीज.
So, ICMA Foundation stands for Indian Classical Music and Arts Foundation. It's a non-profit organization. It has a, a dual purpose, especially the one in San Francisco. The cultural representation of the most affluent group should be done properly. Unfortunately, it was not. So we said, okay, the public display of our culture is going to be something that really, really ups our image. So we hosted, of course, the musicians that came in, they were going to make sure that the audience were wowed, but we wanted to wow the audience with the venue, the way the things were conducted. So that was one of the purposes we took. The other charitable cause was, you know, we have been adopting kids in India that which are not privileged enough. to be able to travel to their gurus, to be able to sustain themselves during the journey of the pursuit of music. It's a very tough one. I'm very lucky that I was born in Pune, where access to a lot of things was automatic. But think of someone in Jalgaon or Satara, they don't have as much activity. So then they have to come to teachers here every weekend. They have to figure out how to stay, what to do. So we decided to give out ICMA scholarships to folks, and I'm very proud that we have been able to, uh, sustain that scholarship mechanism for the last 10 years. Then when I went on this Suranava Dhyasanava, the music reality show, I, you know, announced the scholarship. Now it has been instituted as ICMA's Critics Award. And I'm very proud to say the first season we had given an award to Prahlad Zadhav. He's from Kolhapur. And Prahlad to date learns with me. In fact, he was here in Pune accompanying me. He was there in Mumbai with me as well. And he is not only a scholar, now he teaches in my Mahesh Kale School of Music, which brings me to what MKSM is. MKSM is Mahesh Kale School of Music. We started the school in the Bay Area, and during the pandemic, I realized that music is that companion that can give you happiness in the most difficult circumstances. And I thought everyone in the world deserves to have that companion with them. And we have students from about 25, 30 different countries in the world. And I feel just very grateful to be able to facilitate this whole process. It's my dream to have about 30,000 students
Wow.
globally.
Also, would like to know about the Guru Dakshina program.
I have some very beautiful memories about VIT, practicing in that building that I mentioned until the wee hours of the morning. Then Anna used to give us dal chawal and banana. I wanted to save my voice because we was used to attend. We were not allowed to bunk our lectures in the day, so we had to attend our lectures in the day because I used to live too far. I used to stay back, and these are very very fond memories, and I want to be grateful to all my teachers. And Guru Dakshina program is exactly that. The teachers in the field of Indian classical music who are not perhaps the most successful performers but most consequential in the sustenance of the students need to be recognized. So that's why the Guru Dakshina program has been formed.
That is seriously one of the most unique noble initiatives I've ever heard, Mahesh. Well, thank you, Mahesh, for being here and your time. I think your journey, your success, your efforts, all is a role model for everyone, for all students who are pursuing careers, doing the education. This is one story of a person who has lived his dream and is still as grounded as anyone else would be. A big round of applause for our dear VIT alumnus, Mahesh Kale. Thank you so much for being here. You have mesmerized us as you would have done so many of your other audiences. But वो बोले ना दिल मान दे मोर. Mahesh, we request you to visit us more often. Talk to us, talk to students. Your journey is truly inspirational, and we want our students to learn from you a lot. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.